put an ace in there, that's going to do it.
Another tough serve and a dump down. Easy work for Grace Cleveland. It's a Purdue team that did not have a high number of aces in non-conference play, but two great serves to score on the opening 2 points in the league. Jenna Otek scrapping back there in the back, the libero spot, and then Londot puts it down for Ohio State. Good energy early for her.
See this one again, she just beats the block inside. Got that one-on-one, sees the hole.
You got the towels waving, you got the students behind him. This is a great scene in West Lafayette tonight. Setup goes to the outside, and that's an area where Purdue defends in a great way. In that donut, Otek was able to go out and get it. So Pedraza looking for Londot again. Otek was coming up. And Cleveland unleashes that and got a touch at the net. Unfazed by the noise behind her early in this match. So there's Cleveland ripping one out of the back. Wow.
Watch this angle she hits the ball. So sharp right on the sideline of the game, and then Emma Ellis putting it back down.
Her reputation, Caitlin Newton, as an attacker is incredibly strong, but can also defend as well.
In that inside ball, so you'll see the Purdue blockers moving in just a little bit on her.
As Ellis taking a rip at it again, and she scores again. So maybe this is one of those nights. Well, last time they played a top 10 team, she was excellent, had 18 kills against Washington. And the premier win for Ohio State to this point. But Purdue running away a little bit here in set one. This is where the night began for the Boilermakers with Hornig at the service line. Haley Bush trying to keep her out there. Londot, a little bit off target. Looks like they're going head-to-head on the bench with the student section for Ohio State. There's Cleveland, got resistance.
Seeing how fast these balls are going and trying to get in that range that they want.
There's Newton. She went tooling with a little off speed to bring up set point. Mind of Ohio State that we highlighted off the jump. So set point number one for the Boilermakers. And there it goes, set one to Purdue.
Just a little bit more. Already 6 kills in that first set, but they really got to get her going and get those outsides moving.
And Cleveland's curving it to the back to even it up.
Big swings from her on that opposite side.
Her and Caitlin Newton almost even in how many swings that they've taken this year. And Londot has the heavy arm so far for Ohio State. Draza going for Gonzalez. Reload here, second contact from Merb. And that swing nearly split two for Londot. But Purdue saves it and plays free. And a middle ball for Rader. One of the most efficient hitters in the nation.
Back to Rader too, right after she scores, getting her the ball again. Feed it to the hot hand.
And a side out for Purdue with J.L. Johnson whipping around. Well, that's what got her first score of the night, the quick tempo in set one. And back to Rader. Heavy load for her here early set two. And Purdue does defend the donut, a key for them tonight. Londot. Newton. Murr going up top to get that. And Johnson into the lap of Murr and somehow kept it up. We play along at 6-3. Emma Ellis off hands.
Right outside to Emma Ellis to score.
Elbow and knee, everything except maybe a foot. Keeping that point up with the back row D. First swing tonight for Ellis where she doesn't put it down. Then she's in on the block, but it's out. Pedraza for Rader again. Rader staying with it. And Skimmer Horn had first contact for Purdue. And a block put up by Bush and Johnson.
She She gets hot.
Kylie Murr kept that up. And Grace Cleveland was in on the block, and that did touch wood. Ellis tees off and puts it behind the Ohio State bench. Big swing for Ellis.
Let me put the cherry on top.
And she got another chance at it. Her and Trammell were both there at the same time. Taylor Trammell sat there with Ellis.
Pair up for that one.
And Bush is staying back there one more time.
Expect the ball to keep going to them if we're going to get a good pass.
And Bush got him out of system again. And then Cleveland has Purdue within 3 all of a sudden. We were talking before the match, you know, 325 in her last match. That was her hitting percentage. Usually that's something notable. She's like 380 on the year. With the load that she's carrying, that's unbelievable. There's her other swinging mate from the back, Caitlin Newton. Already with 10 kills tonight. Not even through 2 sets for Emily Lundot. And Trammell with the answer for Purdue. Newton, bullseye.
One of the best shots that you can hit as an outside hitter is 3rd in the country in hitting percentage. So yeah, give her the ball when you can. No need to force it. When you know she's going to get the ball, she'll probably put it down. So just get her in good situations.
Joust up there with Pedraza and Ellis. And Ellis has been big at the net tonight for Purdue.
11 hitting 545. Not even crazy numbers coming from that middle.
Off one of her best statistical matches of the year, Riley Rader had 11 kills, 7 blocks in the 5-set win on Sunday over Notre Dame. Nice job by Murr. Going down to the ground for that one for the Buckeyes. And it ends in a score for Ohio State with Grunzy. So set point number 1 for Ohio State, trying to flip the score of set 1. But J.L. Johnson says, let's play on. Set point number 2 for the Buckeyes. Overpass. Could not be put down as Grunzy back at it. Here's Ellis. Little tip. Pedraza. Nope. Second contact coming from Murr. And Grunzy slicing one. Johnson is there. Ellis cross court to Murr. And that's sent back by Colvin.
Johnson from the back row getting a few of those digs for them. Raving middles that entire point.
Colvin's second kill here in the second set. And that'll do it. Ohio State saw Purdue fend off a couple of set points. Still finds the floor somehow.
She gets it done.
And there's Trammell back in. We saw some Raven Colvin in the middle for Purdue in set 2. And then Newton with a little roll to score.
They want to give it to their biggest point scorer. 14 kills on the night at the start of this 3rd set.
And Newton with an absolute cracker to the back. You're going to steal that one, aren't you? you got wide-eyed on that. Here comes Cleveland from the back row. Push for Newton, and she ties it up for the Boilermakers. And Pedraza had to bump set it, then Bush goes jabbing at it on second contact.
It was just too good for her.
A quick ball for Rader. Cleveland and Otek came together for Purdue. Lundot turned back.
From Mo Hornung in the back, but man, that Purdue defense right now is on one.
And they're on it again.
Fast tempo, tight set.
Well, they set the other side this time, away from Newton and Johnson, but Purdue got it down again.
Trying to get things back going again, getting Haley Bush in a good position here in the 3rd.
They served Newton again, and they got it off to Bush. And then there's Johnson to tee it down to the floor.
This team has been so disciplined on all those overpasses.
Murr kept that off the floor, and Purdue takes the point. Rader was on her descent And the 6 had come together on the other side of the net. And another tough serve, this time on the Purdue side. So they're going at it right now with the aggressive serving.
Probably going to send that ball out.
And it's Newton from the back row. Oh, Bush reading it off the tape. And Grunzy another swing. Newton was there. And then Bush wrapped it around the antenna.
And then gets this backwards dump, left hand.
Bush with a middle ball. Trammell dug by Murr. And high hands there on Grunzy. Londot turned back. Bump set for Grunzy. She's turned back.
So much pressure on Ohio State's defense to cover them, but back-to-back blocks over there for the Boilers, and Emma Ellis seals the deal.
Smiles are big right now for Ellis over there on that sideline for Purdue. Caitlin Newton gets blocked by Londot.
And one of those reasons was because the blocking for both of these teams. The edge of my seat.
Try not to push you. Yeah, the play has picked up. All squared away in the third set. And Gonzalez got hands from Cleveland. They try Gonzalez again with the chip. And Bush for Cleveland. Londot's down there. And the punch from Gonzalez. Tough angle there. Long rally tied at 13. Londot down the line. Cleveland went down to get it. Londot into the block. She's turned back. And here come Haley Bush and Purdue with Cleveland. More strong blocking on this point. Londot off the block but out. The block was the big deal coming in. And that is what's powered this good run of play on both sides the last couple of points. Murr had a good dig for Ohio State. Kept that one up, and the help didn't come until it was too late.
Can't do against Purdue.
So Pedraza thinking middle, found success there in set 2. Londot blocked, and Caitlin Newton and J.L. Johnson one more time. Deep serve for Cleveland, and Gonzalez rips it way outside. There comes the slide, it's Johnson. I'm sure we can revisit. So Purdue took the timeout. And Ohio State up 2 after an incredible competitive blocking middle of this set. Went back and forth. So there's Chin. It's been mostly Ellis the first 2 sets. And Bush going for Newton in the back, and she brings it within 1.
And dig to attack from Caitlin Newton puts up a perfect dig to run that tempo.
She scored flat-footed. She scored off 1 foot. She scored from the back, the front. A lot of shots working tonight for Emily Londot. So set point number 1 for the Buckeyes. And that ball steaming for Raven Colvin. J.L. Johnson that's pushed Taylor Trammell. Players that have been in this Purdue program before. And there's Londot with a sharp angle down to seal it for Ohio State.
It's that ball, really good slide. Ohio State going.
A lot of balls thudding into the defender right in front of the hitters. And that one got through clean for Caitlin Newton. So we saw that a little bit in non-conference, but it's OTEC getting the call tonight back there. And Purdue back on the board to square it away with Johnson.
She can hit pretty much every shot in her arsenal, and she does it really well.
I hope getting some international experience too for Emily Londot. There is Maddie Chin for the Boilermakers.
Tempo ball, leave it inside, let her do the work.
And an ace for J.L. Johnson. An Ohio State team that fell in 4 back-to-back nights. Remember the back-to-backs all across the board in the Big Ten scheduling last year. Colvin, a little extra off of it, and Murr went down to get it.
And it's interesting because across the board, you know, so many of these teams have the exact same pieces. So yes, this team was young last year. It's essentially one of the same teams this year. You add someone like Raven Colvin, of course, coming in and doing really well for your program.
Her and Newton both into double figures with kills tonight. Cleveland has 10. Strong block for Johnson. And right back to Rader. And that's down for Cleveland out of the back.
Knows exactly where to score.
All right, so here's this middle segment of the set that was tight last time around. And Ohio State up by 2 with Gonzalez.
The back row, really tough ball to set, but man, she put it right on the money.
Hey, if you play for a setter, you better all be able to set if you have to. There's Newton coming down the pipe. Looking for another top 10 win, already won in the bag this year. And they go to Maddie Chin. Purdue scores with Chin from the outside. And it wasn't just a good match against Tennessee last weekend for her. It was a good weekend for Maddie Chin. In the final non-conference action for Purdue. They're trying to come back here tonight. And Ohio State building on their lead with Davis.
Really finding those kills. They know where to hit against Ohio State. But yeah, you talk about efficiency. I mean, it's tough to hit the numbers that they're used to hitting efficiency-wise when you're playing a defensive team like Purdue that's going to keep the ball on you all the time.
You've been there a few times. And there's Davis heating up here in set 4 in the middle. Kind of that classic case of, you know, still growing into being a volleyball player outside of the athleticism. She's out. It's Rader in the middle in this rotation. And Gonzalez too heavy. So here we are again, just like set 3, getting late, all tied up. Londot unties it for Ohio State. Double-double in building for Emily Londot. And Grace Cleveland with another rip as well. The server with the most pace, Caitlin Newton for Purdue. There's Rader, made the adjustment. And Skimmerhorn was squatting down behind covering. Chin squares it down and Purdue leads.
Push a 5th set.
Johnson raises the noise level again. Oh, when they were able to be back together, host to the team a little bit, had the bags or cornhole out, whatever your fancy is, as they get it back within 1. Saw J.L. Johnson talking her way through her options on the service for Purdue. There's Newton flying in. Middle ball for Rader. And a middle ball the other way. Colvin down to the floor.
Up 3 right now on the number 3 team in the country.
Newton had first and third contacts. Nice job from Murr. Got Londot a swing. Here comes Newton again. Murr's there on an easier chance this time. Newton working hard, and Ohio State takes the point on the net call.
Riley Rader goes up to try to put it away. Net call, but really good move by them.
It was the hair into the net for Colvin. And how about that shot being spotted up for Maddie Chin?
So hard to do, and she looks incredible and is going to have a really good career for them.
Off to a great start, but can't stop Grace Cleveland. So set point with Hornig serving. Londot out of the timeout. Keeps Ohio State alive in set 4. Gruenfelder. Murr keeps it up. Podraza wants Londot again. Here's Londot one more time, and Purdue sends it to 5. First Big Ten match for Raven Colvin, no problem. Maybe in 30 points. We'll check back in with you. So Ohio State has been aggressive, setting Davis late in this match, and she rewards Pedraza again. The most improved player in the preseason for Ohio State, Erica Davis, showing out in her first Big Ten match. And there's Grace Cleveland, the steady, older hand for Purdue.
Swings like a veteran, acts like a veteran.
Gonzalez, Bush there to punch it up. So Bush has given Purdue a chance on this point. And that one was off target. Here come Pedraza and Londot, and that soars long.
Last them defensively. That's one thing Ohio State knew coming into this match. They got to stay in these rallies.
And so 2 in a row for Purdue.
You practice so much, and you get really good at them in a controlled setting, but what do you do when the lights are on, and what do you do on the big stage? And it seems like both of these teams...
And they are sweating on the court, obviously, as Otek squares it away. And the 3-0 run is stopped for Purdue.
You can't be down by too much.
Cleveland unwinds and sends it out.
And with that, you're going to see some errors.
There's Newton. Oh, Kylie Murr backpedaling, keeping that one up. And then down, so Kylie Murr sets it up, gives Ohio State a chance, and they tie it. Maybe some of her high school classmates behind her tonight. The Yorktown, Indiana native for Ohio State. And Murr's got the first ball here. Cleveland with the tap. Murr down to get it again. She's on fire right now. And then the block on the other side.
That you just do not see every day. The sprawling run through, gets it with one hand, and then Purdue sealing it up with the block. I mean, both sides are just on fire defensively right now.
With Cleveland back to serve it. And Rader to Otek. Hornung called off Cleveland. They skipped it past Rader and then wedged in the net. Johnson there. Londot out. Catered it a little bit more toward Gabby Gonzalez. And paying dividends again this year. There's Rader, bringing Ohio State within 1.
Incredible. 12 kills on the night for Ohio State.
That tough serve gets Purdue out of system. And a point scored for the Buckeyes with Londot serving. Connor Onion, Emily Eamon back with you for the home stretch of this match. Somebody's getting a 1-0 and getting a top 10 win. Purdue has won the last 6 against Ohio State. Buckeyes trying to stay undefeated. And a block put up by Johnson on Gonzalez.
We've seen so many blocks just go straight to the ground tonight.
And serves too. Is looking for their first win against the top 3 team in 6 years. Lot to play for here tonight. Down these final couple of points. There's Chin getting stuffed. Rader thought she had it won for the Buckeyes. They go to Rader. And then Bush picks out Chin. She's denied. Chin buzzes that past the back row, but out. You can get it to 10-10 with Gonzalez serving. And it's a good serve. And it's punched by Grunzy, and she got a touch.
A little bit tame to keep in the court.
There's Newton coming out of the back. There's a huge block for J.L. Johnson.
7 blocks for J.L. Johnson.
Londot, too strong. Ohio State, one of 8 still undefeated in the country. And Newton outside the white.
Murr looks looks a little anxious back there.
Newton scores it for Purdue.
On this back row attack all night long. Haley Bush knows that. Gets her the ball. Hits right between the seats.
So Maryland and Wisconsin already played tonight. Maryland beat Wisconsin. So 7 undefeateds left. Ohio State trying to stay on that short list. Down by 2 in the 5th set. Davis turned back. Raven Colvin with an explosive night. It's Haley Bush to serve it. Londa. Chin.